When I go eat at a Mexican restaurant, this is the plate that I have to try. The Tampiqueña. This plate's packed full of enchiladas, rice, beans, guacamole, and a big old slab of skirt steak garnished with peppers and onions. This is, in my opinion, the best plate you can order at a Mexican restaurant. This was, after all, one of the best selling plates from my restaurant days, the Tampiqueña. And so in this video, I'm gonna show you how to cook each of these recipes that make up this epic platon. But first, a little history. In the late 1930s, a restaurateur named Jose Inés Loredo and his brother, Chef Fidel, moved to the port of Tampico, Tamaulipas. It was here where they would popularize the dish La Carne Asada a la Tampiqueña. Tampico, Tampiqueña, you get it? Now, originally, this was made to represent the Huasteca region and culture, with each ingredient given a meaning. The oval platter represents the Huasteca, the strip of roasted meat, the Rio Panuco, the green enchiladas, the Huasteco field, the white cheese, the purity of the people living in the Huasteca region, the guacamole, the fruits of the region, and the black beans, representing both the fertility of the land and the oil boom in the area. But my, times have changed, and as the popularity of this dish grew, so did the variations on it. Some places serve it with pinto beans instead of black beans. You might even get a crispy taco on the side. We're gonna cook it up how I usually found it served these days and how we served it at my restaurant. But y'all let me know in the comments below, what does your favorite Tampiqueña plate come with? Vámonos! We're gonna be building this Tampiqueña plate from the ground up. Tara's gonna make her rice very similar to Mama Texas rice, just as good, if not better maybe. I'm gonna refry some beans over here. Let's get started. I'm gonna melt down about a tablespoon of lard.
And I'm gonna start with a tablespoon of oil. I'm gonna heat it up just a bit. And then, of course, you have 1 cup of rice. Long grain, white rice.
And I have like 2 cups of beans. These are homemade pinto beans, by the way.
And then just stir it around and let it brown.
So Terry, almost every dish has some little tricks. What would you say, or a couple of pro tips you would give our viewers?
You gotta have your oil heated and then just keep stirring. Because like Arnie's fideo, it can burn quickly.
My fideo was perfect.
After what, 4 tries?
You're not supposed to tell them that. I like to get my beans somewhere between a 1 and a 2 stage. Not runny, but not super dry either. Somewhere in between. You can also serve the beans whole. Some restaurants do it. We call that frijoles en bola. They come in a little small bowl. We like them refried. And just more flavor.
So you see how my rice is getting nice and toasty?
Yeah, nice. That's what you're looking for. Actually, my beans are done already. I beat you.
Wowzer.
What's my prize?
Woohoo, a kiss.
Grand champion.
You gotta make it fun in the kitchen.
For sure.
Actually, Arnie's grandma taught me how to make rice.
Huela lala, right?
Huela lala.
Yeah.
She was the best rice cooker
in the world.
In the world. So at this point, you can go ahead and add your spices, or you can even try toasting it a little more, but I'm gonna stop because I don't want it to burn.
There's that fine line, right? You have to be real careful because the pan is very hot. There's a lot of carryover heat. And if you wait just a little too long, I know a guy whose fideo burned a couple of times. I'm not saying that. With that carryover cooking. I turned off the wrong one. Which one looks better?
They both look the same, babe.
We were down to the last box. We're like, okay, if this doesn't work, we're trashing this video.
So,
all right.
I like the way it looks.
Beautiful.
Nice and toasty.
The aroma is fantastic.
Smells good. And I do it the easy way. I have my powders already mixed. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our spices.
Very good.
There. You can give it a little toss. I like my rice a little red.
How much tomato sauce is that?
Like 1/4 of a cup.
About 1/4 cup? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Can we put some wow in there?
Nope. And then 2 cups of water. All right. Warm water so that you can continue cooking. And there you go. And then you say, en el nombre sea de Dios.
En el nombre sea de Dios. Usually.
All right, so it's boiling. We're going to cover it and then turn it down and wait 15 minutes.
15 minutes. While the rice is cooking, I'm going to brown a little bit of flour. So I'm putting this whole tablespoon of flour in here. And I'm going to stir it around. There's no oil. There's nothing in there. Just heat. Secret here is you got to keep it moving, especially if you have high heat. Slowly but surely, it's starting to turn a little bit brown. You got to keep stirring and stirring and stirring. Otherwise, you'll burn it. You do not want to burn it. The aroma tells me it's time to add the chili sauce. It's really, really smelling good. This is about 2 cups. And so you're gonna wanna grab a good whisk here and just whisk it all up and incorporate that flour. This is going to thicken up your enchilada sauce and add a little extra flavor. Now I also want my enchilada sauce to cook for at least 5 minutes because I have that flour in there. It needs to thicken up a little and I wanna make sure that flour is cooked all the way through. Let me give it a taste. Ooh, that's good. A little OG wouldn't hurt, right? I'm just gonna put a little OG in here. It does need a little bit of salt. Normally you don't have black pepper in there, but I'm okay with black pepper. Let's give it another little stir.
I'm gonna take a quick peek. I bet it's been about 10, 12 minutes. I'm gonna look this way.
Ooh, that looks good, honey. Looks beautiful.
Okay.
Cover it back up.
Don't get mad at me, but
Terry
this is what I
likes
do.
to peek at her rice.
I like to peek
and
at
it
my
always
rice.
turns out perfect.
There we go.
There's your timer.
It's been 15 minutes, so that's what it looks like.
You think it's ready or it's got a little bit more to go?
No, I think it's ready. I like to fluff it with a fork.
Sometimes I'll go in there with a spoon right when it's done and she always slaps my hand.
Of course.
Hey, you need a fork.
I like to fluff it up, move around the spices, and then cover it right back up. Leave it alone for another 5 minutes and let it set. So my rice is ready. I'm done.
All right, cool. In the meantime, I think we need to make some enchiladas.
I'll call your mom.
Mom, tell us what you're doing. What does it take to make these delicious enchiladas? You gotta dip them in the oil first, okay?
Yes, I dip them in the oil first, then I dip them in here real quick. And sorry guys, I'm using my hands because it's the only way to do it. It can be done without putting it in the oil, but if the tortillas are hard, then it's very hard to roll them because they break up.
Looking good, Mama.
Who's making them?
You are.
That's why.
That's why they're looking good. All right.
It's real messy, but it's real good.
So you can roll them without the oil, but it's better and easier with the oil, right?
With the oil, yes.
Gotcha.
Better because they don't break so easy, even though that broke with
That
the
one did.
oil.
Maybe it
Yeah.
has too much cheese.
It could have been. It looks fat.
It does look fat like me. Now, usually in the restaurants here in Texas, they use yellow cheese, probably American, because it melts quick and it's very good too, very delicious. For this particular one today, we're gonna use the queso fresco.
Look at my hands.
You're a real chef, Mama Tex.
I get it from my dad, but he cooked real different.
More American food, no? In
Yeah.
the restaurant he worked at.
Roast potatoes and gravy, cherry pies.
Forgot to dip it.
Oh, I got too excited.
Now we're adding more sauce on top because you can see there that the tortillas absorb some of the moisture from the sauce. So we need to add a little bit more.
I usually like to put the little onions,
Okay.
chopped onions in there.
So what happened with the onions today?
I forgot.
So now we're gonna put the queso fresco on
We're gonna put the queso fresco on top and put them in the oven 10-15 minutes.
All right. Would you like to throw some onions on top of there?
Yes, that would be good.
Let me dice them up then. Boom, now we have onions. They should be good.
You don't want to overpower the enchiladas with the onions and not taste the...
You see what I always say? It's
the
always
red.
about balance. Always about balance.
I guess you learned that from me, Arnie.
I do believe so. We're gonna set our timer for what, 10, 15 minutes? What do you think, Mom?
15.
15? All right. We're rolling at 350 degrees. I have the convection fan going, so into the oven we go. While that's going on, let's cook up the other star of the show, the big old skirt steak.
That's my favorite part.
I set a timer. We've got about 7 more minutes left. I've got my griddle nice and hot. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil on here. Let's get this puppy hot. We're also gonna put a couple of chiles here, make some chile toreado, get those nice and roasty toasty. Oh yeah, baby, I hear ya. I hear ya. I'm gonna put a little oil on top here so that when we flip it over, it's ready to keep on trucking. Don't forget to season your steak. This rub was created for fajitas and steaks. You can get it at pitmaster.us. All right, let's put a little pressure on here. Turn up the heat a little bit. I think I needed more heat. Flip these chiles over. They're getting a nice little roasty toasty on them. Those enchiladas will be ready, and if we time this right, it'll be perfect timing. I want to get a nice sear on these fajitas. Let's flippity flip this skirt steak. Season the other side. Oh, look at that pretty color. Let's get a little bit more seasoning on here. We're looking good. You don't want to over season them. You just want that Nice little extra flavor. You don't want to squeeze them to death. You just want to put a little pressure so you get nice, even cooking and a nice, delicious Maillard reaction char. Ooh, we smoking, baby. I'm gonna flip these over one more time. Look at that pretty char we got going here. Now this stove gets hotter on one side than the other, so I'm gonna put the center right here where it's hot. And I'm gonna lower the heat on this side where we have our chiles toreados. We need to get that char in the center as well. All right, I'm turning off the heat. I think this skirt steak's done. The chiles are done. And we got 2 more minutes on the enchiladas. I'm gonna lay these right here on this big plate. Platon. The buzzer just rang on our little stove. Let's check first, make sure they're ready.
Oh yeah, they're ready.
They're ready? Okay, cool. Oh yeah, baby. That's looking good.
This cheese is not the kind that melts, so it looks dry, but the taste is there.
That's how it's supposed to be though, right?
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. The yellow cheese is the one that melts.
I'm gonna put a nice little serving of beans on here. Man, they smell good too. And we're gonna put a little bit of rice on here. My lovely lady says we need to fill this plate up a little bit more, so we're gonna add another enchilada here. Over here, over here, over here, over here. So now we're gonna put a little bit of guacamole right here. Nice big dollop of avocado. Not too whipped up, just right. And we have our chiles toreados too. Of course, they usually come with 1, but I like 2. All right, and I almost forgot there's one more thing that goes in this Tampiqueña plate. The way we used to make it at our restaurant, we always used to have a little side salad too. So I'm gonna lay that right over here on the corners, make it look nice and purred.
Where's the crema?
Yeah, crema would have been good on there, right? But they don't usually give you crema at the restaurant anyway.
Oh, okay.
For a salad. Mama Tex, I think we did a great job.
Yeah, we did.
I want to taste the enchiladas first though. Let's try them.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. Oh boy. That's good, Mama. Bam. No, that's a good enchilada. I gotta get some more. That's delicious.
And if you mix it with beans, rice, it's even better.
That rice is delicious, huh? Really good.
Very, very good.
I'm gonna try the beans on this side. They're good. They got a little cold on me, but damn, they're delicious. I'm dying to take a bite of that fajita there, so I'm gonna cut into that, Mom. Let me cut us a couple of pieces.
Make mine real small.
Perfect cook right there. Smell like that?
Like that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Very delicious.
Super good. I gotta give me a second bite. And a bite of my chili. Yum in the tumble, that's all I gotta say.
I guess we know how to cook.
I would say we do. Enchiladas, perfect. Rice, hun, perfect. Beans, perfect. Skirt steak cooked to perfection. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna go ahead and split this plate up. I'm gonna get my half of the skirt steak. Well, maybe I get the whole skirt steak and Mom can have the rice and beans. I'm just saying.
I love it. I like rice.
Very, very good. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button. Tell your family and your friends. If you're interested in our American Pitmaster rubs, go to pitmaster.us. Keep the smoke light and make it work. Boom!
Boom. How you do your little thing.
Boom! Boom!